Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tantrism. So basically, it refers to a major religious and philosophical movement that emerged in India around 5th to 6th century Common Era and became a dominant force by the 8th century. So I'll tell you one thing that you need to keep in mind that it was not a separate religion but a powerful current that influenced Hinduism. So basically, Shaivism, Vaishnavism, Shaktism, Buddhism, Vajrayana, and Jainism. So keep in mind that this Tantrism was not a separate religion. However, it influenced all these religions that I have told you right now. So we'll talk about origin. So anyone, any idea about time period? I've just told you. Mostly post Gupta period, it rose to prominence and flourished under dynasties like Palas of Bengal and Bhoma Karas of Odisha. If we talk about meaning, then the word Tantra comes from the root ten. So it means to stretch or expand, and Tra. Tra means to save. It means that which extends knowledge. If we talk about core philosophy, then unlike the orthodox Vedic tradition that focused on moksha means liberation through rejection of the world, Tantra focused on bhakti. That means worldly power or enjoyment, and mukti, that is liberation. It believed the body is divine and a vehicle for salvation. Key characteristics. The tantric turn. First of all, worship of the female principle, that is Sakti. This is the most defining feature. The supreme reality was seen as a union of male Shiva and female Shakti. So in Hinduism, it's union of Shiva and Shakti, and Buddhism. In Buddhism, it's Buddha and Tara. The female energy was considered the active force of the universe. Without Shakti, Shiva is Shava. Shava means a corpse. Second, importance of the body. That is Deha Vada. The body was viewed as a microcosm of the universe, that is Brahmand, through practices like yoga and Hatha yoga. One could awaken dormant energy. Dormant energy means Kundalini within the body. Next one is role of Guru. Tantric knowledge was esoteric, that means secret, and could only be learned from a guru through initiation, that means diksha. Use of mantras and tantras. What is mantra? Anyone?
Times.
Mantra and yantras. So these are sacred sounds or syllables. Yantra. Yantra means geometrical diagram used for meditation. Basically, visual tools. Now, there is one more important thing is Panch Makara. The 5 Ms. So radical tantra is left hand path or Bhamachara, used 5 forbidden substances in ritual to transcend social taboos, that is Madhya wine, Mamsa meat, Matsya fish, Mudra parched grain or gesture, Methna, that means sexual intercourse. All right. So the this is basically these are the things, and these are very controversial things also. If we talk about tantra, now if we talk about its impact on major religion, then first of all we'll talk about Buddhist tantra, that is Vajrayana. ये वज्रयान का एक यूनिवर्सिटी हुआ करता था, कौन सी है बताओ आप लोग?
Vikramshila.
हाँ, हु established that university?
Dharpal.
So it this Buddhist tantra Vajrayana developed at universities like Nalanda, Bikramshila, and Udantpuri. If we talk about its concept, so it means the Buddha was paired with female consort, that is Tara. Now, if we talk about deities, so new fierce deities appeared. For example, Heruka, He Vajra spread. It spread from Bengal, Bihar to Tibet, where it evolved into Tibetan Buddhism. Now, second one is Hindu Tantra. First of all, Saib Tantra focused on Shiva, that is Bhairav, and Shakti, prominent in Kashmir Shaivism, that is Trika school, and the Kapalika or Kalmukha sect. Second one is Shakta Tantra, focused entirely on the goddess Durga Kali, the 64 yoginis, 64 योगिनीज, जो एक क्वेश्चन भी आया था यूपीएससी में. Vaishnava Tantra, seen in the Panchtantra tradition. So, if we talk about art and architecture related to it, anybody, if you have any idea, a very famous temple.
Is it Kamakya?
Kamakya is one of the example, but not exactly. I mean, these temples are, I mean, people give them a different meaning, but basically they were created to portray this tantra. Khajuraho. It's in MP. It's famous for erotic sculpture. That is, we discussed this 5 ms. So this, it is famous for this Mathuna, which symbolizes the union of the soul with the divine. So that is the actual meaning, but people give them different meaning, and they, if they have to demean the religion or anything, so they say that go to Khajuraho and see this kind of thing and that kind of thing. But the real thing is this, it is related to tantra. It has nothing to do with any birdly order or anything. These people were very much involved in tantra, and because of which the rulers were also very much inclined towards this tantra, and because of which these temples were constructed and all. And second is Konark Sun Temple. It's in Odisha near Bhubaneswar. Features extensive erotic imagery. Next one is 64, that is Chaussat Yogini Temple. So I have a question for you, that where is it located?
MP.
Actually, it is located in MP and other areas also, Odisha. So there are many temples. So it's a circular open air temple dedicated to the goddess. Example, Hirapur in Odisha, Morena, MP. Okay. So UPSC asked about this one, that Chaussat Yogini temple is located in Morena, MP. This question they have already asked. Next thing is sculpture. The deities are often depicted as fierce, multi-armed, and engaged in dynamic poses, distinguishing them from the calm, static figures of the Gupta period. Now, if we talk about its reason for decline, so first one is Bhakti movement. The rise of the devotional Bhakti movement, which was simpler and less ritualistic, absorbed many tantric elements but rejected its extreme secretive practice. Second is moral degeneration. So, what happened? The literal practice of the 5 ms led to perceived immorality and loss of public support. Then, Islamic invasions. So, the destruction of the monasteries like Bikramshila in the 12th 13th century crippled institutional Vajrayan Tantrism. So, आपको समझ में आ गया इसका तंत्रिज्म के बारे में?
Yes, sir.
अभी इससे बाहर कुछ नहीं आएगा, ठीक है, और अगर आएगा तो छोड़ देना. So I'll give you summary if you want. Do you want me to give you summary? So it's for your revision. If you want, you can take a screenshot also. It focus on. Tell me, Arushi, what what does it focus on?
So it focused on Bhukti and Mukti for worldly power enjoyment.
Union of male and female principles and mundane and spiritual goals. Key term. What is the key term here? Uh, GD. What's your name, GD, full name?
So Gandhi on the side.
Okay, Gandhi. After a very long time, you are here. Yeah, Gandhi. So tell me, what's the key term here? It is
Not
based. We just discussed. Everything revolves around that particular key term. That is the key to this system, this tantra. It's Shakti, female energy. Now, we talk about practices. So, what are the practices? Yoga, mantras, yantras, mandalas, social impact, open to women and lower caste, art, Khajuraho, Konark, 64 yogini temples, Buddhism evolved into Vajrayana, that is thunderbolt vehicles. ये आपकी इसकी पूरी समरी हो गई. ठीक है. Now next thing we discuss about free movement regime. Any idea about this?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
So it was signed between Myanmar and India. It was for the tribes where they can access 16 kilometer of borders. But government of India has now withdrawn from it.
Yeah, so
Like they
government
have
of India
said,
decided to scrap it. It's actually unique border arrangement between India and Myanmar, as you told. And the reason it's in news because the government of India recently decided to scrap it and fence the entire border to ensure internal security. So it's important for GS2 international relations and GS3 internal security as well. So if we talk about the rule, then it permitted hill tribes are permitted who are either citizen of either India or Myanmar and reside within 16 kilometer of the border to cross into the other country. Requirement: they did not need a passport or visa, they only needed a border pass, valid for 1 year, issued by a competent authority. Duration: they could stay up to 2 weeks per visit. All right, if we talk about geographical context, then Indo-Myanmar border. How long border is? What's the length of the border? Gyandeep? Sonia? What is the length of border? It,
Above 1500 kilometers it must be.
so the India-Myanmar border is around 1643 kilometers. Just check it once. And it's a porous and unfenced. It passes through how many northeastern states? Sonia, tell me name of the states that share state.
I think it passes through Arunachal, Mizoram, Manipur, and another one I'm not sure.
Nagaland.
Nagaland.
Okay, tell me which state shares the longest border with Myanmar out of these four?
Arunachal Pradesh.
How kitna? How many kilometers?
So it has to be greater than 500 if the border is like around 1643.
It's close to 520 kilometer. Nagaland it's around 215 kilometer. Just you need to cross check. And 398 kilometer from Manipur and 510 kilometer from Mizoram. So maybe if they can, if UPSC has to ask a very tricky question, and it can be asked, they can ask that in decreasing order or increasing order. You understand that डिसाइड कौन सा इंक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर में है, कौन सा डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर है, और स्टेट के नेम दे सकते हैं. सो अगर डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर डिसाइड करना है देन इट्स अरुणाचल, मिजोरम, मणिपुर, नागालैंड. सो और अगर इंक्रीजिंग है तो नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम एंड अरुणाचल. इसको आप लोग थोड़ा सा याद रखना. Now I want to ask the reason why did this FMR exist? The reason.
So why does it exist? Your question,
Yes.
sir, to promote the cultural exchanges between both the countries.
Okay, so the FMR was created to respect the unique cultural and historical realities of the region. First thing is colonial border. The border was drawn by the British. And जो ट्रीटी थी वो कौन सी ट्रीटी थी? एक बहुत फेमस ट्रीटी है. ज्ञानदीप, सोनिया, ज्योति, कोई तो बताओ. Related to this border only. Treaty of Yandabu, 1826. So the border was drawn by the British through this Treaty of Yandabu without consulting the local people. It artificially divided villages and ethnic communities. For example, the Nagas live in both Nagaland and Myanmar. The Kukis, Jomis, and Chins share deep ethnic ties across the Manipur, Mizoram, Myanmar border. and extreme case in the village of Longwa, Nagaland. The international border literally runs through the Blaze chief house. He sleeps in India and eats in Myanmar. You must have seen also that in some news, or there was some documentary on it. Anybody? Have you seen it?
No, sir.
Okay. And social ties, it allowed families separated by the border to attend weddings, funerals, and festival. If we talk about local economy, it facilitated border hearts and customary barter trade, which is essential for survival in these remote, underdeveloped area. Now, this is historical background and the reason to have this kind of measure there. Now, what is the reason that why has India decided to scrap it?
Due to insurgencies of Rohingyas.
So basically, there are significant challenges related to internal security, particularly highlighted by the Manipur ethnic violence. First one is insurgency. So this we can this can be a question for mains also. First one is insurgency. So, Indian insurgent group, especially from Manipur and Nagaland, use the FMR to cross into Myanmar, establish training camps, and flee back when Indian forces pursue them. The porous border provide a safe haven. Second thing is illegal migration. Following the 2021 military coup in Myanmar, thousands of Chin refugees fled into Mizoram and Manipur. There are concerns that this influx has altered the demographic balance in sensitive areas. Next one is drug trafficking. The border is close to Golden Triangle. Golden Triangle क्या है? Hmm, कौन बताएगा this?
Sir, I think it's a broad triangle.
Tell me about this Golden Triangle. Who's going to tell me?
It's related to a drug,
Related to what?
opium.
Yeah. So tell me the name of countries.
There's Myanmar, there's Laos, and I think Thailand.
Gyandeep, tell me about Golden Crescent. Country's
So
name.
Golden is the Middle East side, in which I think one country is Afghanistan. Um, I can't recall the other two.
किसको पता है?
It's Pakistan and Iran.
So it's a region in Central Asia, and it is also known for illicit opium production. And countries are Afghanistan, Pakistan, and Eastern Iran. ये कभी कभार पूछ सकते हैं, तो इसको थोड़ा सा याद रखना आप लोग. So this drug trafficking is one of the biggest reason. So the unfenced border facilitates the smuggling of heroin and synthetic drugs like Java tablets into India. Then next one is arms smuggling. The route is used to smuggle weapons to militants in northeast. Then next important cause is Manipur crisis. The government believes that the unchecked movement of people and insurgents from the Myanmar side has exacerbated the ethnic conflict between the Meiteis and Kukis in Manipur. If we talk about the states stand, the northeastern states are divided on the issue. Manipur is strong supporter of scrapping the FMR and fencing the border, citing illegal immigration and security threat. Mizoram and Nagaland strong opponents of scrapping it. Mizoram has deep ethnic ties with the Chin people of Myanmar. Chins are considered brothers of the Mizo. The Mizoram Assembly passed a resolution against the fencing. Nagaland argues that fencing will divide the Naga family and violate their customary right. So, the Ministry of Home Affairs has planned to terminate the FMR smart fencing patrolling. Now, the next thing I discuss with you is Mughal expansion into the Deccan. ज्योति वो चार स्टेट्स के नेम बताओ जो म्यांमार से बॉर्डर शेयर करती हैं इन डिक्रीजिंग ऑर्डर सबसे टॉप पर जो सबसे ज़्यादा लंबी बॉर्डर है
सर डिक्रीजिंग में पहले सबसे छोटा
क्या
सबसे ज्यादा
हाँ जो
सबसे ज्यादा लंबी बॉर्डर
सबसे ज़्यादा लंबी से सबसे
अरुणाचल
कम बॉर्डर
प्रदेश है
हाँ
अरुणाचल प्रदेश मिजोरम मणिपुर एंड नागालैंड
ज्ञानदीप पे ऑर्डर ठीक है डिक्रीजिंग में
I think Arunachal Pradesh, Mizoram, then it should be Manipur and then Nagaland.
So this Arunachal is correct. Mizoram is correct. Arunachal is 520. Manipur is 510. Sorry, Mizoram is 510. Nagaland is the 215 kilometer.
215
And Manipur is 398 kilometer. ठीक है ये थोड़ा सा याद रखना Any idea about this Mughal expansion into the Deccan? कोई आइडिया Chalo, let me tell you. So the Mughal expansion into Deccan was not a singular event, but a prolonged process lasting over a century. It started with Akbar and culminated with Aurangzeb. This policy is often divided into four distinct phases. First one is the motives. Why reason that why did they look south? So first one what is the first thing? That political ambition. The Mughal ideal of Chakrabartin, that is universal ruler, meant they sought to bring the entire Indian subcontinent under one umbrella. Second is strategic security. So, under this motive only, I am discussing. First one is political ambition. Second is strategic security. The Deccan Sultanates often harbored Mughal rebels, princes, and generals. Controlling them was essential for the security of the north. Then is economic wealth. The Deccan was rich in minerals, textile, and fertile land. Control over the port, access to the Arabian Sea was crucial for trade and the Hajj pilgrimage. Next one is religious factor. The Deccan Sultanates like Bijapur, Golconda, Ahmednagar were ruled by Shia dynasties who maintained diplomatic ties with Safavid Iran. The Sunni Mughals viewed this with suspicion. Then the Maratha factor. Later, under Aurangzeb, the primary motive shifted to crushing the rising Maratha power by destroying the sultanates that he believed supported them. So now we talk about all the phases. So phase 1, Akbar, establishing a foothold. Akbar was the first to intervene significantly. His objective was to force the Deccan states to accept Mughal sovereignty, not necessarily total annexation. So his targets were Khandes, Ahmad Nagar, and Barar. Anyone, if you have any idea about any key events? Okay, so the siege of Ahmednagar, 1595, famously defended by who defended it?
Maybe.
Chand Bibi. Next is outcome. By 1601, Akbar had annexed Khandes, Berar, and parts of Ahmednagar. He captured the impregnable fort of Asirgarh in 1601, which opened the door to the Deccan. Second phase, Jahangir. The Stalmate. Jahangir could not make significant progress despite several campaigns. The obstacle, first one is Malik Ambar. He was the African Wazir of Ahmednagar. He revitalized the Ahmednagar state and introduced guerrilla warfare, that is Bargirgiri tactics, using the Maratha light cavalry to harass Mughal supply. What was the outcome? The Mughal faced a military stalemate. They could not defeat the mobile units of Malik Ambar. Phase 3, Shah Jahan, the Golden Mean. Shah Jahan was the most successful in terms of strategy. As a Prince Khurram, he had served as the governor of the Deccan, so he understood the terrain and politics. If we talk about his strategy, then he realized that to conquer Ahmednagar, he needed to isolate it from Bijapur and Golconda. The Treaty of 1636. This is a landmark event in Deccan history. First one, Ahmednagar completely annexed to Mughal Empire. Dynasty ended. Bijapur and Golconda were forced to accept Mughal sovereignty and pay annual tribute, but they retained their administrative independence. If we talk about significance, then this treaty brought peace for about 20 years. The Sultanate, freed from Mughal attack, expanded south into the Karnataka region. Next one is phase 4, Aurangzeb. Total annexation and decline. Aurangzeb policy was radically different. He wanted different annexation. This phase is often blamed for the decline of the empire. If we talk about its shift, as viceroy under Shah Jahan, he wanted to annex the Sultanate, but Shah Jahan stopped him. As emperor, he pursued this relentlessly. The moment he became emperor, he pursued it like anything. His reasoning was like he believed that the only way to crush the Marathas, Shivaji, was to destroy the Bijapur and Golconda kingdoms, which he saw as their support base. And if we talk about annexation, then he annexed Bijapur in 1686. So, who was ruling Bijapur at that point of time? Ayushi? अभी पूछ लेगी यूपीएससी
Sorry,
आपसे.
not to say.
यूपीएससी पूछ लेगी तो क्या बताओगे आप? सिकंदर आदिल Saha surrendered. Then Golconda. Annexed in 1687, Abul Hassan Qutb Shah surrendered. If we talk about the consequence, the strategic blunder. By destroying the Sultanate, Aurangzeb removed the only local check on the Marathas. power vacuum, the disbanded soldiers of Bijapur and Golconda joined the Marathas, soiling their ranks. Guerrilla war. Instead of fighting a centralized state, the Mughal now had to fight the Marathas in every village and fort. The war dragged on for 20 years. Jagirdari crisis. The influx of Deccani nobles into Mughal administration created a shortage of good Jagis, that is, land grants, causing discontent among the nobility. सो ये सब बस एक इसको बोलते हैं डेक्कन अल्सर जो इसने क्रिएट किया. सो ये हो गया. बाकी अब हम लोग मंडे को डिस्कस करेंगे.